Relationship with God. Pretty well all attenders say God is an important reality in their lives. 8 out of 10. One thing I looked at was, how do people describe their faith identity? We've counted people by what they said on the census. We've put them in a box. We've counted people because they go to a certain congregation. We said, oh, you're going to be in the Baptist box because you go to a Baptist church. We gave every single attender, 250,000 of them, a chance to say, how do you identify yourself? What language, what labels do you use? And we gave this long list of labels. And you can see we added Lutheranism because the Lutherans said, none of your labels will work. We're a bit of this and a bit of that, and none of the above. And we went, all right, that's for you. We'll give you Lutheranism. Here's the story that I wanted to point out. When you look at these labels, can you see that labels such as liberal, progressive, reformed, if we use these labels of each other, then know that only 2 to 3% of people use them of themselves. They do not take those labels. And I wonder whether perhaps we need to think again about labelling each other when it is not part of people's own identity. Point number 1. Point number 2 is beyond Catholic, because people who identify as Catholic still go, yes, I'm Catholic, and that's a strong part of their identity. See the second largest category? I do not identify with any of these labels. There's something going on in terms of the alignment with tribe that is breaking down. I am a follower of Christ first. This is not helping me. On the census form, people are writing Christian more often, even when they're a committed attender in a certain group, a certain church. And here's the next bit of the identity stuff. The younger you are, 15-year-olds, and the older you get, the younger you are, the more likely you are to say, I do not identify with any of these labels. We are moving on as a church beyond some of the old labels, the old silos, the old identities, to something that is more coherent and more integrated. That's my suggestion. And I love that the 80-plus-year-olds are also have a higher proportion who say, I don't identify with any of those labels. And perhaps there's a setting down and a letting go and going, it's bigger than this.